Hello, good evening, everyone. Pleasure to have you today. I hope you had a great day. So I'm glad to have you today. And my name is Jonan Kandwanaho, and I'm the MD at Jonaki Holdings Limited. At Jonaki Holdings Limited, we give loans, we offer credits in a very short time at affordable rates. So that's what we are about, that's what we do. So you can always check us out at www.jonakiholdings.com. Usually hold this business talk on every Friday of the week from 5:30 to 6 p.m. You can tune in live, or you can check out our recordings on YouTube on Jonan Kandwanaho. And we have yet an interesting topic, very interesting topic. So today's topic is rethinking your business strategy. Rethinking your business strategy. I'm glad to tell you, or I don't know how I can term it, but I'm here to tell you that we have the new norm. Some call it the new normal. If you keep as things were before COVID, you're most likely to be selected against. If you know natural selection, you're going to be selected against. Because the mode you're operating in ceases to exist. Where we are operating in a new mode. So meaning that if you've been having a business that existed before COVID-19, now is the time to rethink your strategy. Now is the time to rethink your strategy. Because the mode you're operating in then before COVID is quite different from the mode that you should operate in right now. It should be different. Because things have changed. So you have to rethink your business strategy. You have to rethink your approach to things. You have to rethink almost everything. Hands down. You have to turn it upside down. You have to rethink if you have to survive the storm. The storm is inevitable. The storm is with us. The storm is around. We just have to look out for a way through how we can survive it and thrive. And mind you, as a business person, as an entrepreneur, it's not about survival, it's about thrival. So not only should your business survive, but also it should thrive. Meaning that it should give you much more than your daily bread. It should give you much more than what pays the employees, than what you incur on your expenses. So there are several other strategies that you can we can talk about. There are several business strategies, but I looked out for a few strategies that can support you during this pandemic that you might have to rethink, or else you could be selected against. And one of the strategies, one of the most interesting strategies, which should actually have been existent even before COVID in your business, is the marketing strategy. Because you're not producing those goods, you're not producing those products to consume them by yourself. If you have the services you render, if you have a restaurant, you expect clients to come and eat. You expect customers to come and eat your food, because you did not prepare that food to eat it yourself. If you're producing a particular product, could be agricultural products, greens, vegetables, lemons and all things, you expect clients to come and buy those products. If you offer services like ours at Jonaki Holdings, we lend out money. We expect clients to come and get money, to get loans, because that's how we thrive. So somewhere, you have to do the marketing. So you could have been having another method you've been using before COVID. Perhaps you're using the push, people standing by the roadside and sending out brochures. It could have been moving around the offices to pitch. It could have been, moving around your colleagues to pitch, or taking advantage of the conferences and workshops, business workshops and conferences, physical meetings with thousands and hundreds of people to pitch. But now things have changed. As a matter of fact, in Uganda, if you gather more than 5 people, the police will come to disperse you. I hope you know. If you don't live in Uganda, even in other countries as well, they are on partial lockdown or total lockdown, meaning that you cannot gather 200, 300 people, 500 to pitch, to speak to them, to market your things, to push your things, your businesses. So now is the reason to rethink your marketing strategy. If you've been thinking big conferences, moving around the offices, now is the time to rethink your marketing strategy. Because you know what? Apart from the essential workers, almost everyone is locked up or locked down in their homes. Meaning that you have to look out for a way through how you can reach out to them. Now, some businesses have coped. For example, those who deal in produce, supplies. You've been seeing supplies, door delivery. Someone delivers to your home. They even have Momo numbers, so you don't have to incur charges to withdraw money, withdraw charges, deposit charges. They have Momo numbers, so you can deposit without any charge. So some businesses have rethought their strategies. What are you still doing? So because of the COVID-19, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't market your products. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't push out your products. No. Because the consumers are still there. More so, people are locked up in their homes, they consume them more. So, it's now time to rethink. So ask yourself, what business are you dealing in? What are you producing? What do you deal in? Now is the time to rethink your strategy. Because, especially if your marketing strategy previously depended on your staff's mobility, if it depended on you moving from point A to point B, pitching out to people in offices or around the streets or in town, now is the time. And one of the marketing strategies we have to embrace is social media marketing. You belong to 1,000 groups on WhatsApp. How do you benefit of those groups? I even reached the moment of telling my colleagues, if you're going to add me on your wedding meeting group, I'll tell you because you first send me a request. So I tell you, what? I'm coming, I'll contribute for you. But every Wednesday, I market my business. So just get assured that every Wednesday, my advert is going to run on your page. So if you're comfortable with that, put me on your wedding group WhatsApp. If you're not comfortable, I'll contribute for you. Kindly do not add me on that WhatsApp group. And it did me, most of the time people will say, it's fine. And I'm like, okay. So every Wednesday you expect my advert. And behold, you will receive clients from those WhatsApp groups. So I'm talking about social media marketing. If you abide by my condition, we are on for a ride. You benefit, I benefit. But even then, I can contribute for you. If you're not comfortable, I do not join your WhatsApp group. So I'm asking you, how many WhatsApp groups do you belong to? It's not a matter of adding you and exiting. I add you, exit, the other one adds you, exit. No. That is social capital. That is capital. That is public. Those are potential clients. So you've got to pitch them. If you added on that WhatsApp group, pitch them. Promote your things. Promote your things. So social media marketing. Now 90% of people check their phones at least, meaning that limit and above, at least 50 times a day. 50 times a day. Most of the people check their social media groups, their WhatsApps, their Facebook. They look at their phones at least 50 times. Now you can imagine if you're promoting your product on Facebook or Instagram, on WhatsApp, that means someone is going to be looking at your thing at least. You can post once a week, but the likelihood of someone looking at it is very, very high. So meaning that it's an avenue for marketing your produce, for marketing your products, for marketing your services. Social media. There are even some people who are specialized. You pay them, they work on your pages properly. To the extent that someone can actually sign up, buy a product on your page, pay from there, and you only deliver without any contact, without any physical meet, when you actually do not even know the person. There are payment modes. Someone sends you an invoice online, you pay, you check out the product, you appreciate, confirm the legitimacy of the product and the company, you order for a product, and it's delivered to your door. So what excuse, madam, sir, do you have for putting your hands on the head just because COVID-19 is hitting hard? You also console yourself and farm down. This is not the time to farm down. As a business person, as an entrepreneur, this is not the time to farm down. In any case, it is the time to farm up, if that word is there. It is now the time to farm up, to step up. Because hard times demand for hardcore people, for hardcore strategies, for hardcore pushings. You push. Because strategies are moves or activities that we have to go to deliver on our goals for our businesses. Those activities, the moves that we have to take. If this move fails, try this other move. So the strategy, marketing strategy, as a key thing, you have to rethink it. You have an option, you have to rethink it. And one of the key things is social media marketing. You have an opportunity of the social media. You have an opportunity that people perhaps spend much of their time on their phones, on WhatsApp, on Facebook. That's an opportunity. That's an opportunity. Because some of the people tone down their work activities. Some of them are not in their offices. They are not working. So much of the time is on WhatsApp, is on Facebook. That's why even I think the sales for data must be up. It should be peak season. So rethink your marketing. Embrace social media. Make use of the social media. The second marketing strategy is through word of mouth. If you've been doing good service, if you've been providing good service, now is the time to appreciate. Because the best and the most effective marketing approach is the word of mouth. You can imagine if your colleague assures you that, you know what, at Jonaki Holdings, you can get excellent services. The rates are very good, and you get your loan in a very few minutes or very few hours. That is enough. If your colleague tells you that, I guarantee you, if something arose, the only thing that you have in your head is to move to Jonaki Holdings. So if you're doing a good service, definitely, during this lockdown, during this COVID-19 time, it is word of mouth, the things that you did for your clients, for your customers, that they can refer their colleagues to you, that they can happily, because you will not disappoint them. You do not know how it feels to refer someone to you or to refer someone to someone else, because most of us do a lot of referrals to our colleagues. But it so hurts to refer someone to a particular business and they get raw services, they get wrong services, they get bad services. You're to blame because you referred them to something that first of all you're not sure of, or else if you were sure of it, you just didn't want to tell them that the service is not as good. Then you shouldn't have referred them in the first place. So sometimes I'm hesitant to refer some of my colleagues just because I know the services they're going to get might end up disappointing them. So how confident, a question to you, how confident will your clients be to refer you or to refer their colleagues to your business? How confident will they be? Can you confidently say that, based on how I serve my customers, they can confidently refer their friends, their relatives, their families to me? Can you confidently say that? It is a question to you. So now is the time to maximize the clients that you have at hand, so that through word of mouth, you can get business. You can get referrals. Very, very key. Very, very pertinent. So if you're producing something, if you're producing a service or a product, marketing is very pertinent. Marketing is very pertinent. The other one is an operational strategy. Operational strategy. How have you been operating? Because somehow business has to move. If your operations have been physical, now is the time to make them virtual. You have to transpose your activities, you have to transpose your operations from the physical to the virtual. Physical mode to the virtual mode. Guys, we are rethinking our modes. We are rethinking our modes of operations. If it has been physical, now is the time to rethink virtual. If you've been meeting physically, now is not time to meet physically in office. Some of the offices, some of the arcades, some of the buildings are locked up. But you somehow have to meet, you somehow have to brainstorm, you somehow have to chart a way forward on how you're going to survive and thrive through this COVID-19 time. So if you've been meeting physically, now is the time to do Google Meets. Now is the time to meet by Zoom. Because even if it means looking at each other, you can look at each other and discuss as if it's physical. If you've been operating physically, meetings can be held online. The advantage is that you can even hold more than 4 meetings in a day in one place. So you don't have to be held up by traffic. You don't have to be, you can hold more than 3 meetings, which wouldn't happen before COVID, because you could only be there physically, and given traffic and movements here and there from one meeting to the other, unless it's in the same building and all. But now you can sit in one position and hold 3 meetings. Can we embrace that? Can we meet with our staff, with our management, and discuss and chart a way forward? Now is not the time to fold hands. As businessmen, as entrepreneurs, now is not the time. Now is not the time to fold hands and cry and console ourselves. Now is the time to think outside the box. So as a business person, I encourage you, explore the different available options that you can use to double check your business and to keep it moving. If your clients have been paying you physically, now is the time to think virtual. There are virtual modes of payment. You can invoice virtually. You can check out some of the platforms like Zero. Invoice someone online, the guy pays online, and you deliver the product. If the person has been coming, if people have been coming, clients coming to your offices or your restaurants or your shops, now is the time to deliver to their locations. To deliver to their locations. You have to embrace that inconvenience, which you can actually cost. I am happy to pay for deliveries because you'll have saved me if I was mobile, like how it was before COVID, I would still have burnt my fuel to go to a particular market to buy some products, to buy some things. So I'm comfortable to pay for that service. If it's a border, I'm happy to pay because in any case, I would have paid. I would have burnt fuel to go there. So it's not any different. But you have to play around with things on how they're rolling out. Payment modes. If it's not physical cash, there are online platforms, mobile money options, agent banking, the real online things where you can actually pay by mobile. So you have to embrace the virtual approach because almost everything is going virtual if you're going to thrive, if you're going to keep in business. So if you've been having an operational mode, if you've been having an operational strategy that is a little physical, now is the time to rethink it and go virtual. Now is the time to rethink it and go virtual. To the extent that even tourism has rethought its approach, you can actually virtually look at the animals and you tour particular national parks. People are getting innovative. So given your industry that you're in, how are you getting innovative? Or else you'll be selected against. Because natural selection is a constant. There is no around it. Natural selection is a constant. So if you don't step up your game, you're going to be selected against. You're going to be selected against. You're going to be selected against. Finally, and as I come to the closure of the discussion, customer care. What customer care service have you been rendering? Has it been physical? Giving gifts? Has it been physical? Now is the time to rethink. It has to go virtual. Drop those clients, those good clients, an email. Drop them a call. Drop them a WhatsApp. It's just allotting in your day 30 minutes and you know what? I'm going to appreciate my good clients. It can be a monthly routine. It can be a weekly routine. Notify them of your services. Because maybe you cannot afford the social media and the internet. Maybe you cannot afford the TV and the radio. How else? Feedback. Seek feedback. Drop them a mail. Drop them a call. Drop them a WhatsApp. A message, a text message. You don't know how it feels. After consuming someone's service, it follows up. So, John, how did you find it? You know that this person cares. You know that this person is interested on how I've benefited of this service. And behold, I'll not look further. If I need that service, I'll definitely look out for that person. Put your shoes in the client's shoes who consumes of your service and product. It's the same feeling. It's not any different. It's not different for your service. It's the same thing. The way you feel is how your clients feel, is how your customers feel. So as we come to the close of this today's session, rethink your strategies. We explored only 3 strategies: your operational strategies, your marketing strategies, and your customer care services or strategy. So those are very, very prime that have been really, really affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. So you have to rethink them, among others. So guys, I hope you picked 1 or 2 things And as I've always shared with you, if you just pick one thing and implement it, I'll be the happiest. I'll not have wasted my time. I'll not have wasted my data to share with you. I'll not have wasted your time to come and watch live or even listen or watch. So I'll be very happy because you'll have valued my efforts and my energies. Thank you guys for tuning in. I can see Benson Asime. Thanks for tuning in. My brother, Myers Kanyis J. It's always a pleasure to have you. Koleb Nwamanya. I always look forward. I'm glad that you guys tune in. I'm glad that you guys come and pick one or two things, and I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Have a great Friday and enjoy the rest of the weekend. God richly bless you. And you know what? Your business is going to thrive. Business is going to beyond survival till this COVID-19 goes, till the lockdown goes, and we shall meet physically to congratulate each other, to appreciate each other on how we moved out. Thank you so much, and God richly bless you. Bye for now.